I'd like to open with, like send my condolences to the Broyles family. First of all, a great college football family, but it meant a lot to me to win that award named after Frank Broyles, and also his grandson and I were good friends in college, Lex. So I just want to send my condolences out to their family, the loss of him, and really all of college football's loss. As far as today went, it was another heater. So I'm proud of the guys, did much better the last 2 days pushing through the heat. They kind of responded to not doing so well in the heat Saturday, and I thought they really pushed through yesterday. Today, we're still kind of in camp mode. We're still in camp type practices. We're getting guys back. We've had a couple guys out. We're back and forth. I'm sure you guys will ask me about that. We've had a couple changes on the offensive line. But I'll be honest with you, I think the guys are playing really physical. They bought into the physicality of the right way to practice. We are nowhere near where we need to be. We are not ready yet, especially on special teams, but they are pushing hard. They're answering the call. I'll open it from there.
DeAndre Swift.
Yes. DeAndre was out today. He's getting some medical things checked on. We're expecting back tomorrow. Should be fine. Just had to get some things checked on that was not out there.
What about Fricks? Is he okay?
He's got a little bit of a hamstring, but we think he's going to be fine. So he's down right now, but we hope to get him back.
Who's your backup snapper?
Nick Moore. It's a good job for us. Snapped all spring and done a good job last 2 days.
When it comes to special teams, coverage units, what exactly are you looking for in terms of shoring up those areas this year?
Well, number one is a great kick. Because the best way to shore up your areas of coverage is to kick the ball where it's supposed to be, how high it's supposed to be, with what hang time it's supposed to be done with. And we've improved first and foremost in that area. Rodrigo did a great job of kicking off in Saturday's scrimmage. We got some of the best hang times we've had. And David did as well, but Rod had a little better hang time. Punting, Cam has got great placement and hang time. But the number one thing in coverage is to have fast, big guys. You know, we've got a lot of starters playing on our punt team. We're still assembling the kickoff team when you talk about the coverage units, but the goal is to have guys buy in and realize the importance of it. It's not a down off. So we've got a lot of starters. We got a lot of competition. That's where I noticed the biggest difference in the team from last year is there's a lot of guys fighting for spots on special teams because they know that if they don't get those spots, they might not make that travel roster. So we're looking for fast guys that make good decisions.
How many of the true freshmen are you kind of getting an idea that could help you on some of those special team units as well?
I don't know an amount. I mean, Swift was showing up. Mark Webb was showing up. Walter Grant's showing up. Several guys. Nate McBride's been showing up. And there's a lot of guys that are showing up. They're all in the mix. And I think after Saturday's scrimmage, we'll know more of the two deep of those special teams. And there's some heated competition. But that's where those guys are going to make their kind of waves early.
When J.R. Reed transferred last year, did you anticipate that he would push for a starting job this soon?
That's a tough question. I didn't know what we were getting. I knew that he was a really good athlete. I knew he was really fast. We didn't know much. We just heard. We talked to the coaches there where he was, and they all said he was a good player, and we were a little deficient in that area. And he's turned out to be probably the best decision that we've made from a standpoint of transfers, junior college players. I mean, I know he's not a junior college player, but he's a transfer, so it's like that was a huge get for us because we're struggling a little bit right now in the secondary from a standpoint of depth, and he's made it where we got 5 guys we can really play with right now. Without him, we might be 4 or less. So he's done a good job. He's really competitive, and I thought he played well in the scrimmage the other day.
What's his skill set? Obviously, he hasn't played in the game yet here.
Tough, fast, physical, smart. I mean, what you want a DB to be. I mean, he makes good tackles, very intelligent, very disciplined. I enjoy working with him.
It's actually a good point. You seem to be hitting pretty good on transfers right now. It looks like Nazi Lack, you're talking about, he's looked good at the punting. Marvin, it sounds like is competing very, very well. I guess DeMarcus Hayes, what's the latest on him?
He's competing. You know, he's in there. I mean, DeMarcus is still catching up with the speed of the game, and there's flashes. DeMarcus will show flashes, and we're like, man, that guy looks good and shows quickness. He just hadn't done it with the consistency that we would like. And Andrew's been a great addition. It's come in and competed. Of course, he's over there at right now, but he's been kind of all over the place. And the young guys are competing. But Crumpton's been a good addition. He's competing. He may or may not get the punt return job, may or may not get the kickoff return job, because those jobs are up for grabs. But he did do a nice job in the scrimmage Saturday of fielding the ball, possessing the ball, and he's still getting his legs under him for returns.
I know we keep asking about the offensive line all the time, but Notori Johnson, I guess we haven't really talked about it really recently. How's he?
Yeah, Notori's doing well. He's pushing along. He's getting a lot of work, a lot of reps. I think the next scrimmage is going to be the best way to give the best barometer for those guys, because the first scrimmage, you realize that some of these guys, after watching the tape and having not seen you guys, there's some rat trap players. Rat trap means I forget completely what to do because I'm in the stadium and I'm nervous for my first scrimmage. And not saying that he was that way, but there was a good bit of those freshmen that were. And they were very nervous, played with anxiety. I've seen the most growth in them in these two practices, where it's like, okay, I got that out of the way. Now I want to see what they do in this next scrimmage to kind of find out where they are. But Notorious, he's working with the threes. He's fighting to get in that, 2 deep so he can be a contributor at guard.
Pat Allen was a guy that, left guard to start camp to right tackle. Now he's back. It seems like he's back with the ones that left guard. I mean, what kind of went behind that decision, and how's his camp been?
Well, we're trying to get the best 5. So Pat had played all spring at left guard. Really, the move wasn't so much the right tackle as it was right guard and right tackle. But he was playing a lot more right guard when y'all saw him working at right tackle in practice. He's done a good job. He didn't pout when he got moved. He competed, played pretty good in the scrimmage. Felt like that Andrew could give us the best help at right tackle, and Pat was playing pretty good during the spring at the left guard. So we were able to move him back, and we're looking at it this way right now. Those guys are interchangeable parts. The really bright ones can switch and move, and it doesn't affect them. The ones that struggle with the move, we try to keep them in the same place.
Was everything all right with Jonathan coming back today?
Yeah, Ledbetter, he's good. He's cleared to go. He's good to go.
Coach, being a guy who had contributed last year as a freshman, I mean, what have you seen from Isaac Nada in terms of his development from freshman season over to sophomore year now?
He's become more mature. I think he's a little more physical. He understands the speed of the game down there in the trenches. I think he's always been a great wide out route runner, ball catcher, but he would be the first to tell you that at times he didn't realize the physicality of it down there, having to block the big guys. And now he's down there in the trenches competing, doing a good job. There's some great competition going on at tight end because Jeb is very consistent, really good blocker. Jackson Harris has had one of the best camps he's had. He's not, he's sitting there saying, I'm gonna let these 2 young guys come in here and take my spots, and he's really competed well. And then Charlie, to me, is really grown as a blocker, and Charlie's gotten to be a lot better special teams player in the last 2 weeks. So there's some great competition going on tight end, and I think Isaac's right in the midst of that.
Kirby, were you able to award any walk-ons with scholarships? So you right up against the 85 and couldn't do it?
We'll be at 85 for the season. And that's the key.
Coach, next Monday afternoon with the solar eclipse coming through, just wondering, is that messing up anything with scheduling a practice or changing anything?
Not that I'm aware of. I know my kids and my wife are really excited about it. I'm a lot more worried about practice than the solar eclipse. Y'all keep reminding me of that. Maybe we'll take the team out and go watch it.
You guys are off that day, I think, aren't you?
Yeah,
I mean, no practice.
From Monday?
No.
Or it's this Monday?
No, it's the 21st, not the 28th.
We're off that day.
Maybe we're off. You guys. I mean, not you guys.
We're never off on a Monday. I can promise you that. I'm not off until December sometime.
You talked about Kill Crumpton as a returner. What have you seen from him as a receiver, though, and do you think that he's going to be able to contribute in that spot as well?
Blessing in disguise, because he's really running great routes. He's really good in and out of breaks. He's got great hands. He's got big hands for a small guy. He snatches the ball out of there, he plucks it. He's done a really good job. Now, the tough thing is he's in competition with, Miko some, Terry some, Mark Webb's working in the slot some. So his specialty is returning, but he's not a one-trick guy. I mean, the guy goes in there and does really well. I'll tell you what, now he's he is physical and feisty. He doesn't mind getting up in there and blocking and competing, and he gets slung around sometimes, but it's the fight in him that I really like. You know, I've enjoyed watching that.
Got two more questions?
I think Terry Godwin kind of gets typecast as a slot guy, but he's been working a lot on the outside while we're out there. How well is he doing out there? I mean, and what kind of flexibility does that provide you guys that he can play both spots?
A lot of flexibility. You know, I'll be the first to tell you that, you know, I was hard on Terry last year. Terry has grown up. Terry is competitive. He's had some of the best practices, I thought, in the scrimmage. You know, looking back, somebody had asked me who stood out. I didn't really think at the time until I watched the tape. Terry really played well in scrimmage as far as depth of routes, running routes, catching the ball, making plays, blocking people, and a lot of that was from outside. It wasn't just inside. So he can play inside, and he does great with it. But he's become more valuable to us outside, and I mean value as far as vertical threat, just catching the ball. He's very consistent in what he does, and I mean, he made a couple plays out there today that, I mean, you start seeing the guys is really becoming the guy that we expect him to become.
Where's Bryce Ramsey now after missing the spring? Where have you? How many reps are you giving him, and where is he kind of in the competition to be the backup?
Well, fortunately, we practice where we have a lot of groups going. So when you guys leave and we do 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, sometimes it's 1s and 3s, 2s and 4s, sometimes it's 1s and 2s, 3s and 4s. We change it up. He's gotten all those reps, some with the 2s, but mostly with the 3s, and he seems to be fine mentally. I mean, it doesn't seem like there's a lack of understanding of the offense. Nothing changed so drastically that he couldn't catch up really quick. You know, he's really bright because he's been through these different coordinators and he kind of gets it. But as far as reps goes, he'll continue to get reps a little bit with the 2s, mostly with the 3s, and he's part of the you know, kind of the insurance plan there that if things go well or things don't go well, that he's an option for us. He's done a good job handling that role too. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.